Hi there, these comments are for Adam, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And you made a comment at my YouTube channel. And your question, it kind of gives me a headache. I had to think about this one for a minute. So, and remember, if anybody at YouTube has any comments, if you guys want to jump into the conversation, for sure, you can make a comment directly after this video. So here is the question. Hi Michael, which is better, speaking fast with many grammatical errors or speaking slow with good grammar and pronunciation? And I guess we go back to this debate with English as a second language, and Adam, you're getting back to this, what we call fluency versus accuracy. Now what I'm saying is in many cases, in my opinion, it's more important in most cases that a person can speak pretty quickly and get his or her ideas out there and be understood than to speak very, very slowly and try to have exactly perfect grammar and perfect pronunciation. Because if you're speaking really slowly, hi, my name is Michael, I am a TOEFL teacher. If you're speaking that slowly, that is really hurting your overall fluency, and I think that's going to cause a lot of problems. So it just kind of depends. But if you're speaking very quickly and you have a lot of grammar errors in there, and then the person cannot understand, or the grammar errors are interfering in the meaning of the ideas, that's also a problem, right? So let's go to the actual TOEFL here for a minute. Let's see what the TOEFL, the actual IBT rubrics have to say about this, right? So what you're doing, Adam, you're asking me two questions. One question is about language use, which means you're having a lot of grammar errors, but you have what's called a well-paced flow with your speech. That means you're speaking quickly. But we have to for sure understand that if you're speaking quickly with a lot of grammar errors, you're not going to score in the 4 range, right? Now let's take a look at the 3 range. You have speech is generally clear with some fluidity of expression. So you have here with grammar, you have effective, fairly automatic and effective use of grammar and vocabulary, and fairly coherent expression of relevant ideas. So if you have 2 of these problems, it's going to cause problems. So I'm guessing that if you have a lot of grammar errors, you're not demonstrating what's called fairly automatic and effective use of grammar. It's not very automatic. It's not very natural if you have a lot of grammar errors. So that is going to cause you a problem, right? However, you are speaking pretty quickly. Right? Now let's keep going. If you look at your pacing, let's say you're speaking very slowly. So that's more of a delivery problem, but your grammar and your pronunciation is good, right? So let's see how you might score there. So if you're speaking very slowly with good grammar and good pronunciation, I'm guessing you'll probably score in the 3 range as long as your response, your topic development is good. So if it says here, speech is generally clear with some fluidity of expression, though minor difficulties with pronunciation, intonation, or pacing. So speaking very slowly, that's a problem with pacing. So I guess it depends on how slowly it is. Now if you say this, hi, my name is Michael, and I am a TOEFL teacher here in the United States of America. I teach students on a day-to-day basis at California State University, San Bernardino, and also online. Now, I'm speaking kind of slowly there, but what I'm doing is within my thought groups, I'm trying to group things together So I guess it depends on how slow it is. But if it's hi, my name is, okay, forget about it. You're dead in the water with the TOEFL. That's not going to help anybody or anything. If you speak that slowly, the listener is going to be so concerned not on what you're saying but how you're saying it. It's going to be terribly distracting. Right? But if you're speaking very quickly and you have really, really terrible grammar, just have a mountain of grammar errors in your speech. Now also, if you have pronunciation issues and the person can't understand you, now that's massive, massive problems. Now you're looking at scoring probably in the 1 range. You see what I'm saying here? It says the pronunciation problems cause considerable listener effort. You have range and control of grammar, vocabulary, severely limit or prevent expression of ideas and connection of ideas. So, I don't know, your question still kind of gives me a headache, but I'll give you my final opinion here. Personally, I would rather, when I have my ESL students at California State University, San Bernardino, or if I'm teaching students online in my online TOEFL course, I would personally rather have somebody who speaks a little bit slowly, but they have good grammar and good pronunciation. I can coach this student. I can help push the student to speak faster. That is not too difficult to solve. I can help the student understand thought groups and blending. I can tell the student maybe instead of pausing after every 2 or 3 words, the student needs to get to the point where he or she's pausing after every 4 or 5 words, right? And that will help with the fluency. So I would personally rather have someone speaking slowly with good grammar and good pronunciation, right? Now, someone who's speaking very quickly with a lot of grammar errors, these grammar errors maybe are difficult. They might be difficult to resolve. It might take me a little bit more time to get this person on track to improving that. And someone who speaks very quickly with a lot of grammar errors, I'm also going to be worried about their writing a lot. I would guess that their writing is probably going to be marred by a lot of problems with sentence structure, word choice, and so on. On the other hand, someone who's speaking very slowly with good grammar and good pronunciation, maybe when they're writing, they're actually writing fairly competently with fewer grammar errors. So that's my opinion. So here's a final analysis. I would rather, as a TOEFL teacher, help somebody who speaks slowly with good grammar, good pronunciation, because I think I can help them improve that fluency and that speaking speed. Not too difficult for me to coach somebody like that. All right, does that make sense?